Yes, good morning and win today. It's time to win. It's time to win. Indeed, we are winning. I just wanted to discuss with you something, a very interesting topic actually. We want to look at milk. What is milk? What are the factors influencing the composition of milk? What are the composition of milk depending on the species of the animal where we have obtained the milk from? So what is the composition of milk depending on the species where the milk, the species of the animal where we have obtained the milk? We want to look at the nutritional composition, or rather the nutritional value of milk. We're also going to look at how milk should be handled and preserved. So the handling and the preserving of milk. So now let's know what milk is. What is milk? What comes in your mind when you hear milk? So talking about milk, milk is secreted by the mammary gland of the female animal. So to define milk, we are simply going to say milk is the secreted fluid of the mammary gland of the female animal. And then talking about milk, milk has nearly all the nutrients that are able to sustain life. Take note of that. We did not say it contains all the nutrients, but it contains nearly all the nutrients that are able to sustain life. So talking about milk, it has a wide diversity of compounds that are mixed homogeneously. Alright, that are mixed uniformly. That is the word homogeneous there. So they are mixed homogeneously, and these compounds are able to give nourishment. They are able to sustain the growth of a young animal. Alright, and when we are talking in this context that milk has got a wide diversity of compounds that are mixed homogeneously, whereby these compounds are able to give nourishment to a young animal. In other words, we are saying milk is a complete food. Actually, it is considered to be a complete food because it contains all the essential nutrients. Yeah, and then what else do we need to know about milk? That is just an introduction by the word. So one thing also that we need to put on mind about milk, we should know that milk contains fats, and the fat that is contained in milk, it is in the form of globules. All right, in the form of globules, and these globules are surrounded by a membrane, by a lipoprotein membrane, meaning this membrane contains proteins and fats. Now, these proteins and fats, or rather the lipoprotein protein, is not just there for fun. It has a role that it plays, and the role that it plays, actually, it is to prevent milk from lysing, or rather from mixing, from forming an atom. All right. So now this fat is suspended in an aqueous part of milk, meaning milk contains an aqueous environment, or rather an aqueous part into which the fat is suspended. And this aqueous part, actually, it is a water solution that contains proteins, lactose, and the lactose here, it is the sugar. So the aqueous solution into which the fats are suspended, it contains it is a water solution that contains protein, sugar, which is lactose. It contains calcium and other minor components. So that is the whole introduction about what milk is and the things that we are expected to know at the end of this topic about milk. We are supposed to know the components of milk. We need to explain how milk is processed. We need to understand how we can preserve our milk. So from here we are diving into the physical and the physio properties of milk. Join me in the next video. thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Alright, thank you so very much. And here we've come again to discuss from where we ended from about the physical and the chemical properties of milk. So, when you look at milk, what is the color of milk? How about its flavor, its odor? How about its taste? So, when we look into all those things, that entails us that we want to look at the physical properties and the chemical properties of milk. So let's start with one interesting part which you know or which you did not know about the color of milk. So the color of milk, we said milk is a white or yellow opaque liquid. The word opaque there means milk is not transparent. Milk cannot be seen through. Like when you are looking at milk, you get the liquid of milk, then you look at it, it is not transparent. So milk is a white and yellow opaque liquid. So now, how does the color of milk come about? So when you consider that fact that we said it's an opaque liquid, meaning the components that are in the milk absorb and scatter the light. Alright, what are these components in the milk? So in other words, we are saying the color of milk comes about the scattering and the absorption of light by the fat milk globules in the protein micelles. That's what gives milk its color. And then when you talk about skimmed milk or the powdered milk, it is the same component that gives about milk the color. How about the yellowish, meaning the yellow to green color seen in milk? How does it come about? So the yellow color actually is derived from the carotene, and this carotene is primarily ingested during pasture grazing. During pasture grazing of the animal that is producing the milk, or where the milk was obtained from, so that gives in the color being yellowish. It's because of the carotene. And where are we finding this carotene component in the milk? The carotene or the carotene is found in the fat phase of milk. Remember when we introduced about milk, we talked about the fat that milk contains, the globule fat form of milk that is suspended in the aqueous phase, or in the aqueous part of milk, where the aqueous part of milk contains water solution, proteins, sugar, which is glucose, calcium, and other minor components. So the carotene, which is primarily ingested during pasture grazing, it is a component, or it is part of the fat phase. Then this yellowish color in the milk is also obtained or derived from the riboflavin. The riboflavin is found in the aqueous phase of milk. Alright, thank you so very much. So as we continue with our discussion, stay tuned and more videos will be uploaded. Thank you.